야, 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 야,
God be with you. What can I do for you?
Is Adela still working here?
What do you want Adela for? Ain't my tits big enough for you?
Yes, plenty big. But I really need to speak to Adela. Do you know where she is?
How should I know? Go and ask Madame.
Goodbye.
God grant you health. How may I help you?
Is Adela still working here?
What do you mean by working?
Well, you know, at the baths. Serving gentlemen's needs?
You pig. Are you not ashamed of yourself prowling around here after women? I hope your pride and joy rots and drops off.
Oh God, no, I want to take her away. So she doesn't have to sleep with men anymore.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Go ahead then. You'll have to talk to Madam.
Thanks.
And sorry about that thing with your pride and joy. I take it back. May it stay where it is and healthy. Goodbye.
Let them all listen. So turn over and shut your damned mouth.
If you want to go inside, you'll have to wait until tomorrow.
What did you say?
What are you looking for? You'd better not disturb anyone here.
You call me an animal? Is that any way to talk to a customer, you fucking whore?
Huh? How's that? Really? What? Water turned to blood? You're having me on, right?
That's how you want it, eh? Ow! That's for your cheek. Now stop your damn carry-on.
Nothing then.
Do you?
You won't get away with this.
Oh yeah? You think a knight in shining armor is gonna come to your rescue? Nobody gives a fuck about you!
Marush won't let you beat me like that. Ow!
She's sitting right outside the door. She can hear everything, but she don't dare interfere. Let her listen! Let them all listen! So turn over and shut your damned mouth.
No! Leave me alone, you pig!
What? Are you yanking my pizzle? I said get out.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm here for Adela.
For Adela? But I paid for that whore.
Don't call her a whore.
She fucks for money, you idiot. She is a whore.
Now you've fucked up.
Well, that...
hurting my customers.
What in God's name have you done?
I saved you.
Oh my God. Henson will kill me if Marouche doesn't first.
Maros,
The proprietor.
everything will be all right.
All right. You said that about Hinnock when you were looking for him, and he ended up dead.
Leave this place. I'll help you.
What? Why? What are you on about?
You don't have to live in this rat hole anymore. We'll leave together.
Who gave you that idea?
JOHANKA.
What JOHANKA are you talking about, for God's sake?
She's from Skalitz, like me. Just an innocent girl.
They all claim that.
But she really is.
How could you know that?
Because maybe the Virgin Mary speaks to her.
What?
The Blessed Virgin started visiting JOHANKA in her dreams.
Visiting?
Well, that's how JOHANKA put it. Like visitations in which she spoke to her.
But why would the Virgin choose her to speak to?
It was only on account of her that the wounded from Skalitz got to Sasau. Although they didn't have it easy there either.
I heard they took them in at the monastery.
Aye, but they didn't exactly bend over backwards to help them there. JOHANKA had to take care of them on her own. Most of them wouldn't have lived without her. Look, when I came to see her the first time, after Skalitz, she was destroyed. And they wanted to drive her out of the monastery. She could have just gone. But she didn't want to stop helping the others.
But what's any of that got to do with me?
It was JOHANKA who sent me to you. She had visions at night. And according to these visitations, she believes she has a duty to save sinners.
And you believe in these visitations?
Yes, I believe.
I'd like to believe too.
Well, why don't you try it then?
How? Like I should just drop everything here, pack my things and go off to see someone I don't even know?
Why not?
It's madness. It's like starting all over from the beginning.
And why did you become,
A prostitute.
yeah.
If you're expecting to hear some touching tale about a poor girl tossed around by fate, you'll be disappointed. I didn't want a husband, and I needed money.
So just for money?
What do you think I do it for? Love? Have you got a problem with that?
No. Everyone has to make a living, but you don't have to be a bath maid.
So what else should I do, in your opinion?
Why don't you get married? You're a pretty girl, and a husband would look after you.
Any idea how many husbands I see in here, while their wives are at home with black eyes looking after a pack of brats?
You won't avoid black eyes here. What about your last customer?
At least he pays for it.
You can just find yourself a different livelihood.
Why? What's wrong with the one I have?
What about when you get older? Do you think the men will still come to you?
That's true, unfortunately.
You can't go on like this forever. You could catch some nasty disease.
What do you know about such things?
I've seen plenty, believe me. Maybe too much.
Oh, sorry. I try not to think too much about that.
Well, maybe you should. The apothecary in Rat-Eye could tell you a lot about the ailments people come to him with.
I'm still not sure.
You don't care that you're living in sin?
So, virtue won't put food on my table.
And can you live with it?
What do you mean?
Are you able to respect yourself?
I have my pride.
Well, good for you. But don't you want something more? Something to make you really proud of yourself?
Well, maybe. But what?
Haven't you ever wanted to help others?
I don't know if I could do that.
Well, JOHANKA wasn't very sure of herself at the start either. But now the infirmary couldn't manage without her.
That's true. Maybe I could do it too. You know, you might be right about some things.
So you'll leave it?
But how? Where would I go? What would I live on?
Wouldn't you like to help in the infirmary at Sasau Monastery?
Would they let me?
You're a bath maid who knows something about healing. They'd be glad to have you.
But where will I live?
Well, there, of course. It's modest, but you'll have everything you need.
I'm not used to much anyway.
See then? I reckon you've nothing to worry about.
All right. Will we go right away?
We can go right now. Come on then.
All right. I'll just say farewell to the girls and pack a few things. Mother of God, I'm all in a flutter. To pack up and go, just like that.
You're doing the right thing. You'll see.
Goodbye.
I told you I wasn't done with you yet. I'll hang you up by the balls from the nearest tree, and then I'll get what I paid for from that harlot. Well, I never. The pig turns up willingly for the...
Stop, see, Ian!
Hang on! Go ahead, got it,
What's the matter?
You're in the wrong place. I'll hang you up by the balls from the nearest tree, and then I'll get what I paid for from that harlot. Come here, lily liver. What's the matter? Come on.
Bring it on.
Is that all you got?
You'll get one for.
Yeah. At the knees, have you? Yeah.
I'm gonna.
call that combat? Come on then, Horson.
Fucking hell! Well now, look what's come crawling out.
From the nearest tree. And I'll get what I paid for from that harlot. What's the matter? Come on. Is that the best you can do?
Is that all you got? Call that combat. Gone weak at the knees, have you?
Got weak at the knees, have you? Is that the best you can do? You're dead. Come here, lily liver.
Is that all you got?
Bring it on. I'll slaughter you. You'll get what for. Is that the best you can do? Come here, Lily.
Look what's come crawling out.
My rage on someone, then I'll get what I paid for from that harlot.
What's the matter? Come on.
I'll slaughter you. You'll get what for.
Bring it on. Come here, Lily Liver. Call that combat. Bring it on. You'll get one for.
Knees, have you? Come on!
Yeah. Yeah.
Will we keep going?
Are you alright?
Yes, I'm fine. It's you they were after mostly. And are you all right?
Well, they hacked me up a bit, but I'm still on my feet. That's enough.
Good. The sooner we go, the better. I don't want to stay here any longer.
Let's go then.
May the Lord watch over you.
Here we are. Give it a while and you'll be happy here. Believe me.
Oh, Henry. I'm starting to have a good feeling about this. Maybe I'll really find happiness here.
I'm sure you will. JOHANKA will take care of you. She's very good at that.
You know, you're the first one to do something for me without expecting anything. And I don't have anything to give you, unless if you wanted. For one last time, together.
One last time. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
She's a loose woman. Honest folks should avoid her like the plague. Johanka's brain is addled. Don't be taken in by her nonsense. God be with you, my good man.
Fuck off.
My word. The gent is a bit rude, isn't he?
Get the hell out of here and leave JOHANKA and everyone else here in peace. Got it?
Ah, we'd love to oblige, but we really don't feel like going anywhere. Sorry.
Enough of your nonsense. Clear off, and if I catch you round here again, I'll have you clapped in the pillory.
Good sir, surely you wouldn't pillory simple fellas like us just for wanting to earn a groschen. We'll be on our way, and you'll overlook our little intrusion, all right?
Get going, and don't dare come back.
Aye, we're going.
That damn Sigismund. The lawlessness he brought to this land. We'll have no peace till the afterlife. Have you been to Ujits to visit your parents' grave?
Lie. This year it's 12 summers gone since they died.
Time flies, eh? My Agnes has been gone now for 4.5 years.
Yeah.
Henry. How are you?
My word, JOHANKA. That speech of yours on the square. I swear I never heard anything like it in my life.
So, what do you think? Was it all right?
I'm at a loss for words. It was great. It sounded almost like it wasn't you at all. I never expected you'd say such things. Flames, a golden city, beasts of hell. It was awe-inspiring. You even put the fear of God into me. I heaved a sigh of relief when the Virgin Mary came and everything ended well. It was the best sermon I ever heard. I mean it.
Oh, thank you, Henry. I don't even know how I did it. I just opened my mouth and the words came by themselves. What about other people? What did they say?
I'd say they liked it. Everyone was quite spellbound.
Oh, that's a good thing, isn't it? And do you think it made sense? That it was clear what I wanted to say?
Oh yes, clear as day. It was a warning about our sinfulness. If we're virtuous, Our Lady will protect us against the demons.
Yes, that's what I think her message was. Thank you, Henry. I'm glad you were there with me.
So am I. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. I see things are looking up for you. You even got a roof over your head. I'm glad you don't have to sleep in that stable anymore. And it seems the overseer coughed up a groschen or two in the end, eh?
Yes. I'm glad too, but it's a little bit complicated. Monastery affairs, you know. I won't bother you with the details.
Well, what's so complicated? They finally showed appreciation for everything you do here, right?
Yes, something like that. Can we just talk about something else, please?
What's got into you? You're not yourself at all. Is something wrong?
Oh, Henry. If only you knew.
What's the matter?
Sir Sebastian. He kept coming here, always bringing me gifts, a dress, a piece of jewelry. He was so persistent. I was completely worn out from everything. And he was the only one here who showed me any sympathy, any understanding. He was quite kind, actually. And then once, more than once, I went with him. Then he had this room cleared out and gave it to me.
But you're not to blame. These things happen. He's a noble, and he can do whatever he feels like. Took advantage of you.
But it's all over, I swear. Since I started having those dreams, I haven't been with him. I sold all the things he gave me and bought food and supplies for the sick. I still feel terrible about it. I think maybe it's because of me that Matthias isn't getting better. If I had been more virtuous...
But don't be so hard on yourself. The important thing is you ended it, and you tried to make amends.
I'm so ashamed, Henry. Please forgive me, and don't tell Matthias or anyone else, I beg you.
I won't breathe a word. I promise.
Thank you, Henry. Thank you. I feel relieved for telling you. You're so understanding.
Take care. Henry!
I went to Ledetsko like you asked me.
And? How did it turn out?
You were right. Turned out well with Adela. I persuaded her to leave her trade and find a more virtuous job. She's here for you.
That's great news.
I promised her you take care of her, and I brought her here. She'll help you take care of the sick and injured, like you wanted.
You did a great job, Henry. Thank you. Of course I'll take care of her. We can't let her down now.
And how are things going here?
Much the same as always. There are always wounded and sick people. I'm on my feet from morning till night. But Matthias is better. I'm glad about that. There's these troublemakers, though.
Troublemakers?
Aye. While you were gone, some thugs came here and kicked around the gifts that people brought. Then they vanished before the guards got here.
Oh? Who were they?
I didn't see them at it, but there's some fellas hanging around now by the entrance to the monastery. Maybe that's them? And whenever I go into town, they take liberties with me.
Take liberties how? Did they hurt you?
No, they just make all sorts of offensive comments on account of me speaking on the square. And when someone comes to see me, they make trouble for them. So now, almost no one wants to come here. Maybe you could have a word with them?
I already ran into those thugs, and they won't be giving you any more trouble. That I promise you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that scum was no match for me.
Thanks, Henry. I thought they'd never go. You didn't say anything about it to the custodian, did you?
He knows nothing about it. You don't think I need the help of Sir Sebastian to deal with a few thugs, do you?
Good. I wouldn't want him to think I'm in distress.
Oh? Why's that?
Nothing. It's not important. Listen, there's some merchant staying at the Wagoner's Inn who's been asking after me. Would you go with me to see him? I know those thugs are gone, and it should be safe now, but...
Of course I'll go. It's only a stone's throw after all.
God be with you. Pavel of Colin, I believe you were asking for me?
Thank you for coming, JOHANKA. I hope you're not offended by this meeting place. I apologize, but I feel a little confused in your presence. It's your preaching. In truth, I don't know whether I'm speaking to you or the Virgin Mary.
Quite the Madonna is our JOHANKA. All she's missing is an infant in her arms.
And a blue cloak and a halo? No, no. I believe the Blessed Virgin speaks through me, that's all. Just like Henry's miraculous wit speaks through him. What is it you wanted to see me about, Pavel?
Divine Providence led me back to Sasau after many years, and by the same grace I heard the words you preached, and my eyes were opened.
Just as the Blessed Virgin wanted. Are you troubled by some sin, Pavel?
I've encountered many things in my life, but I never before heard a true prophetess speaking. And you're right. It came to me that it was time for me to make amends for my sin of long ago, and I decided to do some deed for the common good.
You speak very eloquently, Pavel, though a bit mysteriously. I'm not sure I understand you.
I notice you have an armed escort with you.
Henry is my protector, helper, and good friend. Because not everyone in Sasau hears the words of the Virgin with the same piety as you.
This may be yet another ray of divine providence. You see, I'm looking for someone with an adventurous but honest soul. Someone who would find some wealth that I lost and donate it all to the deserving in Sasau.
Aha! Henry here could be just the man you need.
Is that so, Henry?
You won't find a more adventurous soul in these parts.
You speak boldly. That pleases me. JOHANKA, I'd like to thank you kindly for your visit. I don't wish to detain you any longer.
If you feel we've said all that needs to be said, I'll leave you and Henry to discuss things alone.
So?
JOHANKA is an exceptional person with an important mission, wouldn't you say?
It's a great honor that Our Lady chose her. For her and for us.
If we were only 1/10 as humble as she, eh?
Anyway, what is it you want help with?
It's like this. In the last year of Emperor Charles's reign, I came here to Sasau to close a profitable deal. But it didn't turn out entirely as planned, and I was obliged to hide some of my money in the woods near the town. Who would even imagine that in the ruins of an old settlement lies a real treasure trove? I tried to go and recover it myself, and I can be glad that I didn't pay for that attempt with my life, as you've probably noticed.
Yes. You look like you were mauled by a pack of enraged squirrels.
The truth is even more absurd. I simply lost my footing and tumbled downhill. No doubt another divine sign that I ought to leave the search to someone such as yourself.
Your guardian angel must have had his work cut out, keeping you from running into Cuman patrol. Where is this treasure of yours, then?
I'll describe the way there. You can enter the woods between the quarry and the marshland. You can see the spot from here. There's a small stream that flows into the river. Following it upstream seems simple enough, but actually it took me a long time getting up that slope. As I already said, I tripped and rolled quite a way down, after which I considered it wiser to abandon my search. As if that weren't enough, I lost my hat there.
Well, maybe it'll still be there. Unless it's been devoured by some boar with good taste in clothing.
Who knows? If you should find it, you're welcome to have it. As you can see, I've already got a new one. Anyway, at the point where I fell, there's a forest track that joins the stream. If you follow it closely, and you'll need to keep your eyes peeled, you'll come upon the ruins of a settlement. And in one of those ruins, the money is stashed.
Right, quarry, stream, path, ruins. I should be able to remember that. And I should bring the treasure to you.
Actually, I'd rather you made the donation for me. I'm in no shape for running around now. Just come back when you've found it, or not. Meanwhile, I'll give some thought to who we shall donate the money to. Agreed?
I'll gladly go and find your treasure, if you promise me a little share from it.
I see you've a lot to learn from JOHANKA about humility, but so be it. Find the treasure, and you shall have a small reward. As I recall, I hid there not only a large amount of groschen, but also something else. Nothing valuable, just a dagger which will be rusty by now. Please bring that to me too, as a memento. Good luck, Henry, and thank you.
Can you tell me again precisely where this treasure is?
In the woods by Sasau. I can't say quite precisely. It's been a long time since I hit it, and my own attempts at recovering it ended as they did. Most of the way you have to go uphill along the stream that flows into the river next to the Sasau quarry. After a while, you come upon a forest trail that joins with the stream. You're young and agile, so you shouldn't go tumbling head over heels there as I did.
Maybe I could go there on horseback.
It's not ideal terrain for horse riding. A donkey would be better. Anyway, from there you should follow the trail deeper into the woods. I doubt much has changed there over the years. When you reach a small ruined settlement, you're at the right place. The treasure is hidden in one of the ruined houses. I can't remember which. You'll have to search.
Well, couldn't you just donate some other money?
It seems peculiar, I admit, but this treasure has more than a monetary value. It's the embodiment of my guilt. As JOHANKA said, we are those sinners, and we must rebuild those walls. That's why it must be this money, even if it were only 1 groschen.
When you were talking about donating the money for the common good, what did you have in mind?
The Virgin Mary chose Sassau as the place to reveal her message, didn't she? You don't have to go any further than the Rathaus or the Church of St. Martin. Both places carry the same weight for me. The important thing is, I know Bailiff Hashek or Father Fabian will handle the donation better than, say, the monastery.
The Rat House or St. Martin's? No one else. Got it.
I'm sorry I didn't take that embrocation with me.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Sakra. It's hellishly deep here.
Yeah,